Hi, it's Mike at bookup.com, and today's episode just might be titled, Haters Gonna Hate. And I say that jokingly because here's what happened. I sent out a bunch of emails to beta testers of Chess Openings Wizard Professional. The biggest new thing in it is multimedia recording. Most of you pulled out your credit cards or your PayPal and sent me money for burritos, and I'm very grateful. But some of you sent emails back. The ones I call the haters. But I love feedback. You've got to know that, right? But some of these haters sent me email back saying, I don't think it's worth the $37 upgrade after I paid $197 for the whole version because I won't be using multimedia. And that's the biggest change. I mean, sure, multimedia is great for content creators, but why would I want to record my own voice in my ebook? Let me show you why. Okay, first I'm going to open up my black repertoire. Let's get in here and find it. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there we are, Mike's black repertoire. So this is my repertoire as black, and like most people, I'm dealing with the offbeat lines in the London system. Here I plan on playing bishop e7. But what if he plays knight c4? A very tricky move. I plan on playing bishop e7 here, inviting the knight to come in and check, and if I'll just take it, and if he takes back, then I will play knight e4, kicking that bishop out. If he tries changing on c5, no problem. At this point, he has to move the bishop somewhere. He's probably going to put it back to f4, and the engine says I'm just fine here as black. So what's my problem? Back here, I'm always tempted to play d5. Look at that move. It kicks the knight. You get to kick a knight by playing a center pawn. I mean, how can this move be bad? It's so tempting. But once white plays knight ce5, I have a note here. At this point, black is probably losing. We'll get to that in a second. So I go back here, and obviously I've got a note. I've got a short line. Back at this point, I've got the necessary diacritic, the question mark on d5. I mean, what else do I need? Well, let's contrast this for a minute with taking a multimedia note. Up here I have a microphone. I'm going to click on the microphone button, and then I'm going to click on the record button, and I'm going to record my understanding of this position. So now I'm recording. At this point, please don't play d5, because if white knows what he's doing, he's going to play the knight up to e5, and now I'm practically losing, because either the bishop comes out here and checks and creates havoc for me this way, or this knight comes in here and grabs f7. So for instance, if I try to stop the check cold right here by playing c4, knight g5, and there's nothing I can do to stop from dropping a pawn and really the whole game. So I've recorded it. Now I'm going to save it. So I've not got this recording, so next to the microphone button, there's a playback button. Also a button to check which track I want to use. I can use up to 26 tracks by letter, and I can also delete it if I want. Let's play back the first few seconds and make sure it worked. So now I'm recording. Hopefully you can hear that. Please don't play d5. Okay, so you get the idea. So let's, for instance, let's switch it back to, black is at bottom, because I usually study this from black's point of view, and we can see the difference between this and a video. Let's play back the first few seconds. So now I'm recording. At this point, please don't play d5, because if white knows what he's doing, he's going to play the knight up to e5, and now I'm practically losing. Okay, so you get the idea. Hopefully you could hear that in my speakers. We'll check that later on. So this is actually recording what you're doing and recording your voice. Now, the $64,000 question. We know from science that if you take notes, your ability to recall the material improves drastically, as well as your understanding. Do you think your ability to recall what you understand is going to be better if I'm down here in the notes typing in note, 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 while I'm focusing on a piece of text down here? Or do you think it's better if I'm focused on the board taking notes with emotion in my voice while I demonstrate on the board my understanding? I think it's obvious. Your understanding is going to be greater by taking multimedia notes, even if you never play them back. So yes, this is absolutely guaranteed anyway. You already know that. You could pay the $37 for this upgrade. And if you didn't like it, I would give you your money back and you'd get to keep the upgrade for free. Everybody knows I've been doing that for 20 years anyway. But it is so worthwhile So what I want you to do is now get out your credit card, your PayPal, send me $37 so I can buy a few more Chipotle burritos. You're going to thank me later. You're only going to thank me later after you actually try this out and see how well it works for you. So, haters gonna hate, but I still want you using the software. I actually love you. I love all the feedback. Thank you for your emails, and I look forward to making you more.